Hello, and thank you for watching this short video on Roxy Therapy Dogs. I'm Jen Smith, and I'm a Roxy volunteer and head of the Volunteer Recruitment Committee. So first, what makes a good therapy dog? First and foremost, they have to like people. They have to like strangers. They have to really want to engage with them. Secondly, because of the environments that we work in, they cannot be sensitive to noise or uncomfortable being touched or handled on their paws or any other area of their body. The rest is training. Only 8% of people will take their dogs to obedience training. However, you and your dog may be uniquely positioned to help Roxy and other therapy dog organizations quickly. For example, conformation dogs are comfortable in crowds and with strangers handling them. Sport dogs can listen in noisy trial and class environments, and pet dogs with training have learned many of the basic skills needed to do therapy dog work. So, how you would become a therapy dog team? The dog must be 1+ years old. You must have had a relationship with the dog for at least 6 months. You can take a therapy dog prep class if needed. And if you're not sure where to start, an instructor can help you evaluate your dog and determine a path to doing this work from puppy to adult. And then you take and pass a certifying organization test. Roxy Therapy Dogs accepts Bright and Beautiful and Alliance of Therapy Dogs. So why does Roxy focus exclusively on children? It all started with one dog in one class. Founder Diane Smith saw how a therapy dog brought her grandmother, suffering from Alzheimer's, out of her shell and into the present. This inspired Diane to get Roxy, a Boykin Spaniel, and train as a therapy dog team for her grandmother. To practice for those visits, in 2005, Diane visited her son's school. She encouraged children with reading challenges to read aloud to Roxy. The rest, as they say, is history. From those initial visits, Roxy's programs grew through community requests. Diane couldn't have foreseen the rise in childhood anxiety and depression. Currently, 11% of children ages 3 to 17 in the United States have diagnosed anxiety, and the positive impact dogs can make is significant. Science shows that when we pet dogs, our blood pressure goes down 10% within 15 minutes, our heart rate slows, and depression fighting hormones increase. Therapy dogs can reduce childhood anxiety, stress, and depression, and they can help improve reading skills. Roxy has now been doing this for 20+ years. We have 85+ all volunteer teams supporting 6 programs. Our programs are elementary school reading, student specialized support, secondary school stress relief, courthouse companionship, Roxy responders, and pediatric comfort. You can volunteer as much or as little as you like. You could do weekly visits to a school, or you could just sign up for community events like stress relief at a college during finals. Our first program, Elementary School Reading Inspiration, uses the calming effects of a therapy dog to help young students who struggle with fluency or are uncomfortable reading aloud in front of their peers. With a non-judgmental canine friend by their side, students practice reading aloud and gain much needed confidence in this skill. This is one of the stories of a Roxy volunteer. One little boy struck up a bond with Anya. He struggled in his reading and wanted so badly to read Go Dog Go together without needing help. By the middle of the school year, he was able to improve his reading and before the holiday break, read the book to Anya and the entire class. It's the bond and unconditional acceptance the dogs have with the kids that I am always in awe of. Being able to have impact on students with our visits is a real feel-good moment each and every week. Our second program is student specialized support. In classes where reading is not the focus, our certified pet therapy teams provide comfort and support for children with special educational and developmental needs. These classes include autistic support, multiple disability support, and life skills. While many of these children are nonverbal or have limited mobility, our dogs are able to form special connections with them and help them developmentally and emotionally. For a child with special needs, relaxation can be a little bit more difficult to achieve, and this is where our confident certified therapy dogs come in. Here's another story from one of our volunteers. I have a wonderful student who I've been visiting for a couple of years in a special ed classroom. This young man is in a wheelchair and nonverbal. The first time we visited, he clearly showed that he was scared and wanted nothing to do with Tucker or even be in the room with him. We, the teachers and aides, were patient and reassuring. Over the next visits, we did not try to get close. We just allowed him to observe Tucker from afar. After a month or so, the teacher wanted to try having him get out of the chair on a mat and have Tucker be close. This worked, but there was still no touching. Eventually, he felt safe enough to reach out his foot and touch Tucker. What a joyful day that was. Over the months, we progressed to the point where he snuggles with Tucker, reaches out as best he can, and loves his Tucker time. Our secondary school stress program began with our certified teams attending bereavement support groups in the Central Bucks high schools for students who have suffered loss of a loved one and at the request of the Central Bucks administrators. The efficacy and positive impact on the students were immediately noticeable, and soon our support for high school students expanded. Our teams now visit students in stress management classes who are learning different ways to cope with generalized anxiety and depression. Roxy dogs are also present on days when students have exams. Those times during the school year can be incredibly stressful, and having the unconditional love and support of a dog in between exams has proven to be extremely beneficial for high school students. This is another story from our president and one of our volunteers. A few years ago, my dog Mo and I visited kids at one of the high schools to offer some stress relief during final exams. One girl who looked particularly stressed seemed to be struggling that day. She stayed with Mo much longer than the other students. When she was getting ready to head to her next exam, she thanked us for coming and told me that before seeing Mo, she was about to call her mom to ask her to come pick her up because the day's stress was too much. She said that now she was certain she could make it through the rest of the day at school. You never know how much spending a few minutes with a dog can literally change your entire day. Our next program is Birdhouse Companionship. Our dogs calm children so they can articulate their circumstances to the judge. Upon learning that well-trained therapy dogs can benefit stressed children, the Honorable Robert J. Mellon of Bucks County Dependency Court invited Roxy Therapy Dogs to set up a pilot program for his courtroom. Today, Roxy Therapy teams visit Bucks County Dependency Court sessions for children who are victims of abuse and neglect. The pilot program was Pennsylvania's first and has given rise to additional therapy dog programs operating in 80% of county courthouses in Pennsylvania. Often, these children are removed from their homes with nothing more than the clothes on their back. Their next step is testifying before a judge and recounting their home situation. This is where Roxy Therapy Dogs comes in. Our dogs are literally standing by a child's side, providing calm and stability at a scary time. And this is a courthouse story from one of our volunteers, Joy and Nacho. The judge invited Nacho and me into his chambers, where he had a long talk with the teen, listening carefully to all they had to say and reassuring them that things would work out. For the entire time, Nacho cuddled up on a chair with the teen, who held on to Nacho as if he were a lifeline. Probably in that moment, he was. Our next program is Roxy Responders. It is a trauma response team that was created in 2021 after a local student had a tragedy. Roxy Therapy Dogs was at the school in the days following and through graduation day to provide comfort, calm, and compassion to both students and staff. Realizing that unfortunately this would not be the last traumatic event in our community, Roxy Therapy Dogs sprang into action and created a trauma response team. Our next program is Pediatric Comfort. Roxy Therapy Dogs visit Pedia Manor Group homes to provide a fun and welcome distraction to medically fragile children with chronic health issues. Because each child's situation at Pedia Manor is unique, our therapy teams visit children individually and cater the visit to the individual needs and wishes of every child. Our volunteer, Jill Beach, shares one experience she had when visiting. She says it was an amazing visit and that she had so much fun. One of the kids who had been afraid in the past chose to pet and hang out with her dog, Callie. And one little boy was walking out with me, his hand on Callie, waving bye-bye to the nurses. He fussed when they left. Plus, Roxy teams support a number of community outreach requests. We receive requests from local groups such as Boy Scouts, libraries, universities, churches, and camps like Special Equestrians. And we even visit the Bucks County EMS facility on Emergency Responders Day. So what if you are interested in joining Roxy? First of all, we'd love to have you and your dog. It's worth saying that if you don't have a dog but want to do therapy dog work, talk to the rescue or your breeder about helping you pick a puppy that might be suited to this type of work. Remember, this dog must like engaging with people, must not be reactive to loud noises, and must not mind being handled on paws and ears, some of the areas that are usually odd for dogs. If you have a puppy kindergarten is a great place to start. If you have an adolescent dog, basic manners is a great place to start. And if you think your dog is ready for a test, a therapy dog prep class is a great way to practice those skills. If you're interested in joining Roxy Therapy Dogs, first pass either the Alliance of Therapy Dogs or Bright and Beautiful Therapy Dog certifications. Then complete the volunteer application on our website. The state mandates that anyone working or volunteering with children must get background clearances and complete a mandated reporter training. But Roxy can help you. We will provide you the links, and there is no cost to getting these clearances for our volunteers. We also love supporting our volunteers. So when you join, you'll receive helpful videos on what to expect, depending on the programs you choose. You'll be shadowing an experienced team without your dog to see if the program will work for you. That handler will shadow you and your dog before you go solo. A dedicated program director is there to answer your questions. Plus, we have volunteer appreciation events. Therapy dogs are in great demand across the country today as people understand the effects they can have, not just on children, but in nursing homes and hospitals. And although we have 80 handler dog teams, we actually need more to meet the demand, and we hope you'll be one of them. To learn more, please visit our website.